On there with some of that delicious basil pesto sauce. Look at that. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. We're going to do a really easy weeknight job tonight. I'm using turnips. Now I'll explain the difference between a turnip and a swede in a second, but you know, it's a name change all over the world, and people say swede is a turnip, turnip is a swede, and also swede is known as rutabaga across the pond. It's a complicated one, but I will show you what I'm using and explain. I've also got some chicken breasts. I've got some watercress, which is an unusual ingredient to use, but you know, it's very good for us. Parmesan, and I have a jar of store-bought basil pesto. Cream, olive oil, butter, salt, pepper, the usual. And we're going to make a chicken in a creamy basil pesto parmesan sauce, and we're going to serve it with wilted cress and mashed turnips. What a fantastic meal. A couple of different ingredients used in a different way. We're not making homemade pesto, so this is a quick meal. I mean very, very quick. And an easy cook, which we like on this channel. Now, you know, there's going to be people saying, oh, I only make homemade pesto, and I'm going to say, good luck to you. We're doing a quick meal with store-bought. Right, on here, swede or rutabaga turnip. And you know, like I say, there's name changes all over. Swede or rutabaga, orange flesh. Turnip, white flesh. Okay, that's how we know it. You might know it, the name change the other way around. That's up to you. You know what we're talking about. The swede or rutabaga we're not using. We're using the turnip with the white flesh. So it's a nice and straightforward recipe. We're going to peel the turnip. We're going to stick it on to boil. Mashed turnips today are going to be with a little bit of butter, a tiny bit of cream, salt and pepper. Let's crack on. Okay, for the turnip, the same as the swede or rutabaga, we just take off the skin. And as you can see, this is white flesh. So it's just follow it round with your knife, or peel it whichever way you want to peel it, or used to peeling it, up to you. So we'll just do one and then I'm going to do the rest. So I was lucky enough to get a little bag full up. Now these are only small turnips. You know, turnips and rutabaga swede grow quite large. You know, and I've heard in some parts of the world turnips are actually grown just to feed the sheep. Now, not having any sheep, I don't know if that's true. Right, all we're going to do is we want some cubes because we're going to mash it. So it's going to be mashed up exactly the same as you would mashed potatoes. So we're going to have to cube it in the pan. Okay, that's what we're doing. I'm going to peel all the rest and then we'll carry on. Okay, there's our turnip in there, in with a little bit of salt and on to boil. I'm going to boil it up till it's soft, and then we're going to give it a mashing with some butter and a little bit of cream, salt and pepper. Okay, watercress. Watercress all around the world, different leaves, but watercress, watercress. I've already done some, but what we need to do is we don't want all that woody stems. Just pull the leaves off and chuck it in a bowl. It's as easy as that, really. Now, of course, the woody stems are edible, but I don't want it. So that is our watercress prepped just to one side. Chicken breast. Nice and straightforward on the chicken breast. We need to season the chicken. Nice and straightforward, salt and pepper. Now we're going to season both sides, but we're going to season the other side when we chuck it in the pan, because this side will go skin side down. Also on this, we're going to use Italian herbs. We're going to give it that boost of flavour. So on there, Italian herbs. And if you want to know how to make Italian herbs, there's a link up here right now. We made it on the channel a little while ago. Fantastic seasoning blend. Okay, grab yourself a pan, and this is a nice steady cook. In the pan, a little bit of olive oil, and we want some butter. We want to really flavour up this chicken, you know. We want a lovely buttery crust on there. Warm that up and then we'll put the chicken in. Take your chicken, skin side, seasoning side down. Wash dandies and tray. Now, like I say, we need to season this, so we season it on this side as well. Now don't worry about the herbs on this side. I just chucked that on because it was in the tray. And it is a cook on your chicken, a good 80%, 85%. So don't be frightened in turning it over. You can turn it as many times as you like. You're cooking the chicken has to be cooked. We don't want food poisoning. So I'm going to cook a bit this side, we're going to turn it back, turn it over, till we've got about 85% cooked. You can cook it all the way if you so wish. But this is coming out, it's going back on that tray with some foil on. Okay, let's have them turn back over. Now, chicken, you know, is very squidgy, love. When the chicken has started to be cooked through to 80%, it firms up. You can feel it, but I'm not going to say it's 80% and go by the way I feel it. It's just the way I've been cooking. And we're not going to do the old touch the thumb job, because that's a load of nonsense. If you want to know how your chicken's cooked, the best thing is use a thermometer. You know, if you've got big chicken breasts like these as well, onto the side, just hold them there slightly, you know. I mean, these chicken breasts are massive. Okay, here's the controversial bit for anybody that likes chicken skin. This is holding on by a thread. I'm taking it off. Flip that over, put a little bit of colour on that there. The chicken skin has released its flavour and oils in there. We've cooked it with the herbs. So yes, you can leave it on. Yes, you can fry it dry. You know, a lot of places are skinless, boneless these days, so you won't have the added advantage of having the skin. So we'll do it as a skinless, boneless when we serve up. A little bit of colour on there, come on. And our chicken is going on there. Just like that. Just turn this off a second. So we got our chicken on there, and we're going to put some foil on. So just some quick foil over the chicken. Chicken's going to carry on cooking in there. It's going to cook all the way through. Just leave it. Okay, now here's the big decision. You have to decide what you're doing with all those bits of mixed herbs that are in there. Today they're coming out. They're coming out because we're making a cream sauce with basil pesto. Now that doesn't make any difference whatsoever what you make the cream sauce with, but if you look at some of these, they're burnt, or they're virtually burnt through. So I don't want that in my cream sauce. I want to take that out. So don't be frightened of cooking it, infusing your butter and oil, and you've got all that lovely chicken oil in there, but we don't want that. So we want about 3/4 of a cup, or a cup of cream, whatever you want in there. Want the flame on, not too high. And then we want to be going in there with some of that basil pesto. So we want, because we're making a basil pesto sauce, you know, come on, we want a good couple of tablespoons of basil pesto in there. We need that flavour. Now just start it off nice and gently, and then in there with your Parmesan cheese, because we're making a basil pesto Parmesan sauce. It's got to be in there now. It's got to dissolve. It's got to help thicken up in there. Give us that fantastic, wonderful flavour. It smells off the charts. It is smelling really Italian. And it's not really an Italian recipe. Nice and steady. Cook it till you thicken how you like. Now we are going to put the chicken back in here, and we want some sauce, so you just cook it nice and gently. Now turnip always carries quite a lot of moisture even though you drain it. Don't worry about it, we're going to use that to our advantage. It's going to mash up. In there a little bit of butter, in there a little bit of black pepper, and a little bit of salt. Take your masher and start mashing it. Done. Okay, we've got this really fantastic creamy basil pesto sauce there, look. That is delicious. We just need to cut our chicken. Chicken sliced. That should get it, I reckon. And look, you can see it's just cooked. Straight in there, like that. Now, you can put sauce all over the top of it if you so wish, or you can just leave it to sit in there like that. And that's what we'll do. So just let it have a couple of minutes or so in there to warm back up with that sauce, and then we'll put a lid on it and we'll wilt some cress. So while we're warming that chicken back up a little bit, I'm just going to stir through a little bit of cream in my turnip, just to give it that creaminess. Now you can put it in and mash it in if you want, but it doesn't matter. So for this very wonderful dish, just put a lid over to keep warm and put to one side. Okay, we want to wilt this cress, so we want a little bit of olive oil in there. Now it doesn't take much. Little flame on. In there with some garlic. A little saute on there. Not much. Don't burn the garlic. Let that rawness come out of the pan. As soon as you see a little tinge, you chuck your watercress in there. Little tinge there, look. In with that watercress. A little bit of pepper. Tiny bit of salt. Wilt. Enough. Done. Out. Ready for serve. Okay, we need to be serving this up. Bit of creamy turnip. On there with some of that wilted cress. On there with some of that chicken. On there with some of that delicious basil pesto sauce. Look at that. So there we go, we've got our chicken in a creamy basil pesto sauce, mashed turnips and wilted watercress. Come on. There we go, in there for our chicken. Obviously the chicken's perfectly cooked. And look at that creamy basil pesto sauce. Oh, that is so delicious. You've got that creamy pesto in there, but you've got that parmesan punching its way through. That is fantastic. Oh, I just love that. I love that. So don't forget, share with your friends. Tell them about the chicken in the creamy basil pesto and parmesan sauce. We've got wilted cress, which you normally eat in a salad, but there you go. And we've got some turnip, mashed turnip. If you like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Catch you in the next video.